And then these strange voices, they commanded me to send chattering teeth to Raymond Burr. I didn't want to, but what choice did I have?
Thanks for sharing that with us, Judy.
No, wait, I haven't finished yet.
Excuse me, Doc. How did talking about dreams help them get ready for the assignment?
Well, the study of dreams plays an important part in psychoanalysis.
Ha!
That's based on theory as well as experimental evidence that dreams have latent content, different from manifest content by which they're remembered.
You know, the Freudian view says that the unconscious mind contains essentially only instinctive drives and conflicting complexities.
The Jungian thesis, however, is that there's an enormous reservoir.
Yeah, well, Carl Jung was a deadlitter. Let me tell you.
Carl Jung was one of the most...
I was running through mud. It made it hard to run. People were staring. The faces were grotesque. They were throwing things at me. I kept running. The street didn't seem to end. It was weird.
Toby, how often do you have that dream?
That happened to me on the way to work today.
Oh.
What do you do with a bunch of cops like these? One's a kleptomaniac. One's a compulsively violent ventriloquist. One's addicted to danger. And their leader's a transplanted Cajun who makes up his own rules as he goes along. What do you do with a bunch of cops like these? Give them a psychiatrist and pray.
Everybody's different, I'll tell you something. Living be a problem to a man who don't run. Safe without a mattress and a loaded gun. Back in the shadows, cotton mouths is lying. Deep in the city, lost men are dying. Look down in the water, sky's what you see. Life's just kinda strange that way. Broken ain't a problem, ain't nothing near free. Cracked is nearly perfect, perfectly cracked naturally. Oh, Shelby. Over at the city where the light's supposed to shine. Everybody friendly, but they give you no time. Life ain't worth doing when you're holding the line. Half talking whiskey and muscadine wine. Back in the shadows, cotton mouths is lying. Deep in the city, lost men are dying. Look down in the water, sky is what you see. Life's just kinda strange that way. Broken ain't a problem, ain't nothing near free. Cracked is nearly perfect, perfectly cracked naturally. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, Van Gogh. The party's over.
My name's not Van Gogh, it's Jeffrey.
Well, you have the right to remain silent, Jeffrey.
So do you!
When I became a cop, I never thought the biggest risk was going to be catching cooties.
Yeah. What happened?
Oh, little punk. Could have been more than 8. Snuck up on me.
Where's the keys, Toby?
Look, I know it's tough working these rinky-dink cases, but we're making progress. We just have to show some initiative, get us out of Siberia.
What's the difference?
All units, code blue. Repeat, code blue. 1033 and 3430 Manchester.
Homicide.
Since we're in the neighborhood.
Is that how you found him?
Yeah, that's pretty gruesome, huh? All mutilated like that. You know, that's just like the one last Saturday night. You got a young guy, light-colored hair, mid-30s.
A serial killer in Bay City?
Looks like Ringling Brothers been through here.
Hey, you know when I was a kid, my dad took me to the circus? The clown with big shoes, he stepped on my foot, broke 4 toes.
Bowman, aren't you supposed to be working on that spray painting detail?
Don't worry, Charlie. We're keeping the world safe for buses.
Where's your detective training wheels anyway?
What do you got, Ty?
What we got here is of no concern to you.
Well, they say it's like...
Now, look, when I want your opinion, Sergeant, I'll give it to you, all right? Now, get out of here before I have you thrown out.
Need any help finding the door?
I think I find it okay.
Come on, they don't need us here.
No, they do. They just don't know it yet.
Look, I told you, Sergeant Carter will have a statement shortly. I said shortly, didn't I? Hey, come on, Ty, give us a break here, will you? The press is going nuts.
Look, just give me 10 minutes of peace and quiet, okay? This case is giving me indigestion. No calls.
Look, aren't those Carter's shoes?
Sergeant Carter, do you have any suspects yet?
How many officers will be assigned to the task force?
Why does he only kill Saturday night?
Hey! You guys don't get the hell out of here, you'll all be arrested for trespassing!
Have you made any connections among the victims yet?
You're gonna eat that camera in a second. Get it out of my face!
Which name do you like better, the Saturday Night Slayer or the Rocky Road Killer?
What? That is the stupidest question I ever heard.
Well, he kills all his victims on Saturday night. They've all got
you in here?
He did.
I'm gonna count to 3. Any guy still standing in here is gonna do time. Now get the hell out!
You're making all the wrong moves, Shy.
Is that right?
If you got a problem, your ass ain't throwing more blue at it. Let me ask you something. How many serial killers the Hat Squad here get? I worked 2 myself in New Orleans.
What do you think? I just fell off the turnip truck? I know the drill. We've got every registered sex offender in the county being loaded into the computers.
Fancy hardware ain't no substitute for shoe leather.
Look, Bowman, it is your job to nursemaid those TARP officers. It is my job to catch that killer. Now, if I find you working on this case, or any other case that you're not assigned to, you'll be back in New Orleans faster than you can say black and red fish.
2 victims we know of so far, both organized crime scenes, similar victimology, mid-30s, blonde hair, businessman. Well, there's a guy who was just paroled about 2 months ago, but the profile doesn't lock up. Carter's got an APB out on him now. Could you hold on a second, please? Thank you. Would you put that down, please?
Developing a profile on a serial killer for Ty?
Not that it's any of your concern, but yes. Which is why I have to cancel today's session. I'm sorry.
Well, I know the group gonna be real disappointed.
Continuity is very important, especially now. So I want you to take today's group.
Okay.
Bojack. Just the meeting, okay?
All right. At the start of each session, I like to do an opening round in which we each own our own feelings of the moment. Anybody? Anybody? Okay, we done. What would y'all say if I told you we was working serial killer case?
Saturday Night Slayer?
The Rocky Road Killer.
That's it.
I'd say all right. It's about time.
Yeah, I'd say I can't believe the chief would give us his case.
Chief didn't exactly give us the case. Remember what I said about showing some initiative?
What do you got in mind?
First crime scene's dead. So I figured we started Haverhill's place, even though Ty's boys been all through it like a bunch of Boy Scouts in a museum.
Black bag job, huh?
Uh-huh. You, me, and Toby. I don't expect anything forensically, but just in case.
What about me, boss?
Well, the task force gonna be inputting a lot of data on the victims, looking for a match. Can you get into computer?
No problem.
All right, focus on the financial stuff. You want to find out how somebody lives, look how he spend his money. All right? Okay? Okay? All right, let's do that. Check the bedroom. Over there. Toby, just follow your nose. I'm gonna check out the paperwork. Get anything? Go, 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 go.
Kent? It's Alice Gerard. I need to talk to you. Kent? Oh, my God.
Let's get out of here.
You know, this first guy, Sid Julius, he sure knew a lot of women. I can never get past the first date. I don't even know where you meet women.
Why don't you try a bar like a normal guy?
You know why this guy Julius knew so many women? He belonged to one of those video dating services, huh?
It's so pathetic.
Yeah, well, when was the last time you had a date?
Look who's talking, Mr. Love Connection himself.
All right, where y'all at?
Nowhere, that's where we're at.
You tell me there's no connections and all this stuff?
Well, there's a few things we still have to check out. The first victim, Sid Julius, went to a baseball game the night he was killed. And on Haverhill's visa, there's a charge to front row tickets on the night he was killed. That could be a baseball game.
It could explain the peanut shell I found.
Well, maybe that's part of the ritual. Serial killer, sometimes the ritual more important than the killing.
A connection could be casual.
Or it could be cash. It wouldn't show up in his checking account or his charge cards.
What happened to that receipt we found in Haverhill's coat pocket?
It's made out to GDI for $1,000.
Wait a minute. Did you say GDI? There's a check here Julius wrote to GDI for $1,000. GDI's that video dating service, stands for Great Dates Incorporated.
All right, looks like we found a connection. Toby, where's that address book? Okay. Bullet. So check out the women in here. Concentrate on the ones with the stars in front of their names. They may know Kent a little bit better than the others.
Yep.
Toby, I got another.
Wait a minute. It says here that Carter checked out GDI because of Julius, but Haverhill's not a member.
Bowman.
Bojack?
Yeah, Doc.
Carter's arrested a suspect in the serial murders.
You telling me he fits the profile?
I just got started.
In both cases, there was no forced entry, no sign of a struggle. The killer was let in. You gonna let him in your house at night?
No,
That boy spent the last 4 years in prison. How does he know two successful businessmen? Tell me that.
What is it with you, Bowman? You can't control the urge to stick your nose where it don't belong. I told you to steer clear of this case.
This ain't your boy, Ty.
Oh, is that your professional opinion? Or is it yours, Doc?
There is a problem with the profile, yes.
Really? Like what? The median age of a serial killer is 25, and this guy's, what, 29? So what, is he too old? Are your numbers written in stone? Hey, mentally he's 17. Take an average, should work out close.
Sergeant, the press is waiting for you.
Look, you say one thing, I can find another expert to say something else. It's an inexact science. And I'll tell you something else, Doc. If you're so smart, how come they're so screwed up?
The way I look at it is simple. If Carter's right, great. We wasted a little time chasing down a dead end. But if he's wrong and we do nothing, then we got another dead body on our hands come Saturday night.
What about the principal?
If you're referring to me, as long as you follow procedure, I'll take full responsibility.
So what it gonna be?
You can count on me. I'm behind you every step of the way.
It's a waste of time. I'm in.
If Carter says we don't do it, we do it.
All right. First, I pay a visit to GDI, find out why the hell Ty's visit didn't kick out the connection between Julius and Haverhill.
If they both do belong,
Then we bait a trap. Take out all the tapes our killer be interested in and put in our own, one that matches the profile. Blonde hair, mid-30s. Sound like somebody we know?
Wait a minute. Now, if we're saying the killer is a guy, why set me up on a date?
You are such a wuss.
no. He's got a point. The fact is, 99% of all serial killers are men.
Well, I think our guy using an accomplice, like the Hillside Strangler. Or maybe he follow his victims when they go out on a date. I don't know.
Suck it up, Ron. At least you'll meet some girls.
That's true. Stay out of it.
Listen, good luck. And remember, you're gonna love. Wear the glove. Mr. Bowman. Hi, Brian Slade.
How you doing, Brian?
Fine, thanks. I know what you're thinking. You're a little embarrassed to be here, wondering whether we can even help you. Well, let me give you an unqualified yes, we can. We do offer a 25% discount to law enforcement personnel.
Well, thanks a lot, but I'm here on police business.
No problem. Why don't we go back to my office?
All right.
So what I'll be doing is feeding you questions, and you just answer in a conversational way, okay? You want some coffee or something?
This is where we make the videos. You know, a guy like you go across great on the tube. It's tragic about Sid Julius. He was one of our more popular members.
Let me ask you something. You know this guy?
No, I don't. A Sergeant Van Bork from your office was here the other day asking about him. I let him review the membership books.
Yeah, I know. I looked while I was waiting. Haverhill wasn't in there, but I still don't explain this.
Yes?
That's your receipt, ain't it?
This is a standard cash receipt form.
It says GDI.
Look, Sergeant, you can buy this receipt at any stationery store. GDI could mean a lot of things.
You're probably right. Thank you for your time. You know, we interviewing some of the women that Haverhill dated. It turned out he was a member of GDI. You could be an accessory after the fact. Just a thought.
GDI, how may I direct your call?
Sergeant Bowman. We have a private book. Mostly wealthy professionals. People who don't want others to know they're members of a video dating club.
Haverhill in the private book.
Yeah.
And since Von Bork went through the regular book, he never saw him, yeah?
If I thought there was anything to it, I would have told the detective. But I checked it out myself. Julius and Haverhill never went out with the same woman.
How you know that?
All the activities logged onto the computer. I can tell you who selected who and how many times a person was selected.
Can you get out videotapes without going through that computer?
No. There's always a record.
Even for employees?
No. But they do have to service the tapes.
But there wouldn't be a record.
I see where you're going, but...
Profile we developed say the killer man is late 20s, early 30s. Parents divorced, probably live alone.
I could fit 4 or 5 guys here, including me.
I'd like their personnel files. Can you use this computer to sort through the files, kick out anyone similar to Julius or Haverhill, you know, mid-30s, light color hair, company vice president?
Sure.
I'd like those tapes, too. And a monitor if you got one.
You gotta be kidding me.
Look, these are members of GDI. Now, if they match the profile, we gotta pull that tape so the killer don't choose them.
Why me? What'd I ever do to you?
Toby's running down GDI employees, Stanley making his own video. That leaves you, baby.
Great, a dorkathon.
Maybe you see somebody you like.
Maybe pigs will fly.
Okay, we are just about ready. I've got your data sheet here, Rex. What I'll be doing is feeding you questions based on what you've written here. Before we start, let me ask you something. Is there anything you can do that would make you stand out from the rest of our videos?
Well, I'm sort of an amateur ventriloquist.
Oh, what a great hobby. Do you have your puppet with you?
I can get him.
That'd be terrific.
Great.
Okay. Show me what you got, babes.
I was reared in Tennessee. I spent most of my childhood...
Tennessee, where they show hee-haw on PBS.
I'm not afraid of trying something new. In fact, there's only 2 things I'm afraid of. A woman over 30 who lives with her parents, and lightning.
Bubba.
And that's why I'm doing this video. Ultimately, I'd like to settle down and have a couple kids. If you're watching this, you might be the one to share that with me.
I'd rather take my tonsils out with a fishhook.
Not your type.
What if I say no? Does it mean I hate my father or something?
No, it means he's not your type.
You on the clock, Doc?
I happen to believe that there is a woman out there who is destined to cross paths with me. My idea of the perfect date would start with a nice walk on a quiet beach, preferably in a deserted tropical island.
He's okay.
First thing I'd do,
if you like the Adonis type.
I'd build a fire, maybe a bottle of wine, some fresh oysters.
I can't remember the last time I
I
went out
have a
with
lot
someone
of
like
interests,
that.
hopefully some of which you'll share.
I know what you mean.
My work is giving me
It's been so long since I've had sex, I forget who gets tied up first.
Tell me about it.
But being a lawyer...
Figures.
And you ready for the night close-up, Mr. Cannell?
Okay, we are rolling. Just act naturally. Why don't we talk a little bit about who you are?
Well, the two I'm the brains of the operation, Danny. It's the gentleman and the Rex.
It says here that you're an executive vice president who races Formula One cars in his free time.
When I'm not doing volunteer work for the orphans. Actually, I'm a little nervous about this because I've never done anything like this before. I'm a successful businessman, but I guess take that away, I'm just a people person.
I think that our boy.
Still juvenile record, history of physical abuse and foster homes until the father divorced the mother when he was 4. He never paid child support.
His daddy works for a big construction company, vice president. Same rank as Haverhill and Julius. I think this boy's killing his daddy when he kills somebody.
What about the other employees?
Not even close. Man, I thought my life was boring. You should check out these guys.
Wait a second, it says here he lives with a woman.
Yeah, I know, it threw me too. His mother died a couple of months ago. He needed a roommate to help pay the rent. Strictly friends.
Looks promising. Have you told Carter?
Ty, hell no. Not till I get enough to shut him up. Listen, Doc, I know you're next on the block with ours. I appreciate you letting us run with this one. How'd you know I was here?
Judy told me.
Judy?
Uh-huh.
I didn't think you two could talk without exchanging gunfire.
Only sometimes. Other times we use knives. You're jumping the gun a bit, aren't you? It's only Wednesday.
I ain't taking any chances.
Mind if I keep you company?
Not at all.
You know her?
Must be Henry's roommate, Chelsea something or other. Car registered to her. Okay, thanks.
What is it?
Victim number 3 just turned up at a hotel by the airport.
But we were here all night.
Yeah, I know.
That means Ty was wrong about his suspect.
So are we.
This was a copycat killer.
No way. The details were public. That's how you released it at one of your press conferences, Ty.
Look, I don't think this conversation's getting us anywhere.
I told you it'd be a waste of time.
Hey, it seems to me you were the one who said all the victims were members of this video dating club.
This guy wasn't a member. He's from out of town. And another thing, you ignored a direct order to stay off this case.
Some guy named Slade's been trying to reach you.
I'm scared. Before I was concerned about my business, but people are dying. Green isn't a member.
But?
We have exchange privileges with clubs from out of town. Green was a member of a club we had a reciprocal agreement with.
He used the club?
Yeah. Here's a list of all his activities.
Any connection with the Haverhill or Julius?
Henry Lil working today?
Yeah.
So you've been at GDI about 2 years, yeah? You like it?
Yeah, I do. At first it was a job, but, you know, it helps a lot of people find the right person.
How about you? You find the right person?
Not yet, but there's still hope, even for me.
Well, how about growing up? Did you have a happy family life?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, I had my problems just like any other teenager.
Yeah, you have a sealed juvenile record.
That's right. It's no secret. When I was a kid, I hurt my neighbor's kitten. It was an accident. Personally, I thought the whole thing was blown out of proportion.
You got help.
Well, everybody needs a shoulder to lean on now and then.
What about your daddy? You get along with him?
Well, I don't remember him that much. He left my mother when I was about 5.
So, you never see him?
Look, this is all kind of personal.
Did you know that all the victims of the Saturday Night Slayer were members of GDI?
Well, I knew the first 2 were.
The third was a member of an out-of-town club that had reciprocal privileges. Now, we have a printout of each member's activities. We don't have a common link.
See, which leads us to believe that whoever's getting at these tapes is somebody who can do it without going through the computer.
Like an employee.
Well, if you mean me, you're talking to the wrong guy. And as far as anybody else at GDI, you're way off base with them, too, even Slade.
What do you mean, even Slade?
Somebody better tell me what the hell's going on here.
Who are you?
I'm the family attorney, Bill Kramer.
It's all right, we were just talking.
Well, don't. Are you going to charge my client with something?
No.
Let's go, Henry.
Thanks, Henry. Let's see it. That ought to get the conversation rolling. Come on. I like it.
If they're not interested in baseball, then move on. And remember, don't suggest going anywhere. If they suggest it first, fine. And if they don't want to go back to your place, which is what would be consistent with the other victims, then move on. Okay? Did you get that?
What? Oh, yeah. I got it.
Come on, Stan. Me and Toby be listening to everything and Bullet be 10 feet away. What could go wrong?
Hello? Yeah, sure. Hold on 1 second. Bojack, it's for you. It's one of the ladies that Haverhill dated.
Handle it for me, will you, Sha?
Sure. How can I help you?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
We got you loud and clear, Stan. It's almost 8. Get ready to say hello to Bachelorette number 1.
Okay.
Hi, Rex. I'm Alicia.
I don't put out on the first date.
It said, cook for 30 minutes at 250 degrees. Well, I've always been good at math, so I thought, 30 minutes at 250 degrees, why not 15 minutes at 500? We lost everything in that fire.
I never said I was smarter than God. What I said was, I felt I was smarter than God was when he was my age. High school was a very difficult time for me. She was voted most likely to conceive.
Your lips are moving.
I know, that's the joke.
That's stupid.
Has any woman ever made love to you with her eyes open?
You know, the last time I saw a face like yours, it was stuffed and mounted over a fireplace.
Ow.
Ow, ow. What? Ow, ow.
It's not working. No.
I know, it's pathetic.
Well, help him out.
Me? What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Just say something that won't make a woman get up and run screaming out of the restaurant.
There comes a moment, once, when beauty stands looking into the soul with grave, sweet eyes.
With grave, sweet eyes. Your name hangs in my heart like a golden bell. And when I think of you, I tremble. And the bell swings and it rings, Christine. Christine. Throughout my veins, Christine.
You are my universe. Your starlight has pierced the shroud of darkness that hung over me. When I close my eyes, I see only you.
When I close my eyes, I see only you. When I close my ears, I hear only you. For I am, and I always will be, the one that loves you without limits.
When I saw your tape, I thought you might be the one. Now I'm sure of it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something to say that would even come close to your eloquence.
That's okay.
I want you to cover me in whipped cream and lick it off.
What about the cholesterol?
Let me go powder my nose, and we can go back to your place.
She loves me. Uh-oh.
Hi. This is Alice Sherrod. She called earlier. She went out with Kent Haverhill. Tell them what you told me.
Well, I only went out with the guy once. And usually I'm very, conservative. But I guess I had too much to drink.
She believes she was filmed in bed.
What made you think that?
Well, I just got this feeling that he kept trying to position me. Make me look in a certain direction.
If she's right, we may have a video of Haverhill's murder.
Jones. It's game time. Let's see if Miss Whipped Cream's idea of foreplay is a nicely executed squeeze bunt.
You know, that was really beautiful what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I mean it. I was moved.
Well, it wasn't mine. It was from Cyrano de Bergerac. That's a play.
I know. It's just that I never figured you for a person that would...
What? Read? I've been known to crack a book, Jones.
Hey, Bullet. In high school, I played Cyrano. That stuff about the universe. It's not in the play.
Here comes Miss Wright. Keep your eyes open and your zippers shut.
So you think he was making you look this way?
Yeah, kind of.
Still on the camera. Oh
Do you know him? Henry Little's roommate.
What the hell's going on? Get him! Let him go, Ty. There's a warrant, Henry. Where's Chelsea?
I'm the one asking questions here, Bowman.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us. Now, I'm gonna talk to the boy. Where is she?
She went to the store to get some coffee. Why?
Look, I know she saw those tapes. Now, did you show them to her?
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done it. But she couldn't afford to join the club on her own. She was lonely.
Is that it?
Look, if you tell Slade, I'll lose my job.
He's the only one here.
I think you're missing the point here, Shy. Your roommate, Chelsea, she's the one doing the killing.
Get out of here.
Fibers look like they'll match the ones from the hotel room.
What are you doing with my dress? What's going on here?
We'll take it from here.
What are you talking about? This is my case.
Your assignment is the TARP squad. Now, you've been all over this case since day one, despite repeated warnings. Now, I know you've contributed a lead or two, so I'm not going to say anything to the chief, all right? So, Henry says that he used to bring home tapes for you to watch because you couldn't afford to join the club. Is that right?
Henry's a liar. He's a creep and a liar.
And why do you live with him?
The price is right. As soon as I get enough money together, I'm out of there.
So you're saying you never watched any of the tapes?
Wait, you got cotton in your ears? I've got a boyfriend. I don't need any video dating service.
Who's the lucky guy?
The what?
Your boyfriend, what's his name?
Arlo.
Arlo what?
I don't know.
That's perfect. You don't know your own boyfriend's last name.
Hey, I just met him last week.
Gee, sounds like true love, doesn't it?
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm sitting here getting sarcasm about my love life from a guy who's probably never had a date he didn't pay for.
Good evening, GDI. How may I direct your call?
Oh, hi. Good to see you again. Rex, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Where's Big Jim?
Off parking the car.
Oh, parking the car. That's a good one. What a great talent to have. I bet women love it.
Well, I guess so.
You guess? A guy who has a dozen dates lined up for Saturday night and you're coming back for more? Unbelievable.
Well, I came back to get my tape because I've met somebody.
Hey, that's great. Let me get your tape.
Thanks.
Where were you on Wednesday night?
The Socrates Club.
Anybody see you there?
Yeah, Arlo.
Figures.
He picked me up from work. We went straight to the club. I didn't kill anybody.
We have it on videotape.
I don't care if it's on widescreen in Dolby. I am not a murderer. I'm a designer.
So you're saying Arlo picked you up from work and you went straight to the club, is that right? Well, according to Sergeant Bowman's report, he was outside your apartment on Wednesday night and he saw you get in your car and drive away.
Well, then he must be blind. Because Henry borrowed my car Wednesday night, and if he's mistaken Henry for me...
Whoa. What exactly do you design?
Wigs.
It's Henry.
Got your tape, Rex? Can I ask you a favor?
Sure.
I've always been a major racing fan, and I was wondering if you would let me buy you a beer, ask you some questions.
Oh, yeah, you want to start with Monte Carlo or Long Beach?
And I got this friend, she loves ventriloquists.
She can come too.
Oh, this is great. Listen, I gotta finish up here. How about we meet in 20 minutes at the Fern Bar Cafe?
I'll be there.
You have to be Rex.
Well, if I have to be, then I guess I have to be.
I'm Terry, Henry's friend. He got tied up at the office. I hope you don't mind if I join you.
Mind? No, why do we mind? You don't mind, do you, Rex?
I love ventriloquists, and you're a Formula One driver on top of that.
Well, used to be, actually. Now I'm concentrating more on my genetic engineering company. Can I get you a drink or something?
I'd love one.
Oh, nurse.
He's gone?
Recently.
He's in drag. Anybody got any ideas? We open to suggestion.
Hey, sir, I told him, I really appreciate the gesture, but the Nobel Peace Prize is just getting entirely too political.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, well, you deserved it.
I know this is crazy, but would you like to go back to your place?
Check, please.
I just spoke to GDI. They said Henry left at 5 o'clock.
What else?
Before he left, he was talking to a guy. They described him as mid-30s, blonde with glasses. His name's Rex.
Oh, God.
It's Jones.
Tigers, it just wasn't their day, giving up 2 homers, 9 singles, double, and 2 triples. Castle went 14 City. Was lead by Bill
Marlowe. You want butter with that popcorn? I'll take that as a no.
There's no answer.
But turn left at the next light. Wait a minute, I thought he lived on Libet. I think you passed it.
Oh, great, we lost.
I've never been to Stanley's before. I don't know where we're going.
I don't believe this.
You heard me, Daddy. I can't let it go on.
I am not your daddy.
Don't lie to me, Daddy!
All right, y'all be cool.
They will kill you if you don't put down that bat.
Off me.
What else can I do? I have to end the pain.
I know about you.
You aren't real, you don't know.
I'm just as real as you are. I feel Stanley's pain right now, just like you feel for Henry.
Why didn't you love me? I just wanted you to love me.
I do love you. Let me help you.
I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry. Please don't hit me. Please. Please.
You sure you don't want any help with that?
No, y'all go ahead. I'll catch up with you later.
See ya.
See ya. And hey, next time somebody gives you bousillage about being in TARP, you remember this case. Eggheads couldn't figure it out, and you did. All right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bojack.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
For what?
Solving the case.
The way Ty put it, we're lucky to keep our jobs.
His ego's hurt. He'll get over it. You know, when you're not looking for ways to break the rules, you can be...
What? Attractive? Charming?
Oh, I got it. Unobjectionable. Yeah. Unobjectionable.
Damn. I'm gonna get me a swell head now.
So, what I'll be doing is asking you some questions off camera, and you just answer in a conversational way. Okay?
Okay, I'm ready. Hi.